Okay, so I wanted to show you what I'm working on. Since today is Earth Day and I had posted on Trashy Junk Journals that we should try to do something to use things that we would normally throw away, and I've been hoarding fast food takeout, the paper bags. We eat out way too much, but that's another issue. Anyway, so this is where I've started. I have to go to work, so I wanted to show you what I've started on, and I wanted to do something related to recycling today for Earth Day. So this is basically a book that I'm making entirely out of these bags. Okay, this was the biggest bag, and I put it on the outside. And what I did was I have a sewing machine. I have several sewing machines, in fact, but I have a vintage sewing machine. In fact, I'll turn it a little bit and show you. There you go. There's the rest of my junky table. And I sewed, and what I did was I first took and I sewed a straight line down each side of the bag as it's folded flat. And what that did was that created, this is the bottom of the bag, and it creates a pocket. So I did that on each one of the bags separately before I attached them. I had this little tiny bag, and after I sewed them, I sewed this little bag onto this bag so I can put a tag. Actually, two different places I can put a tag. And it was just literally folded, and I sewed along. Heck, I could even put something right there, something very small. Okay, and so... And yes, I did this on purpose. I thought to give the book interest after I start to add things to it. And what I did was, as I sewed them, I put one bag this way with the pocket here, and then the next bag, this is the opposite end. And as you can see, when you sew it, it leaves this open, so it makes another pocket. And then the next one will be the bottom again. And then what I did was, since this Taco Bell bag was so big, I sewed these, I think this is 2 bags, yes, this is 2 bags together, and then I sewed these 3 bags together, and then I sewed the entire thing. I put the bags on top like this, I used those bull clips to hold it in place, and then I sewed completely down the middle to make the book. Now, I can already tell you that before I do any painting or anything, I'm going to take some duct tape or decorative duct tape, and I'm going to put a line of it here and on the back, because I want it to last, the book to last. And the nature of sewing through paper is, guess what you do? You perforate it. Like when you pull one of those cards out of a magazine to subscribe to the magazine, how it pulls out so easily, that's perforation. So when you sew through paper, you're perforating it. And I want this book to last, so before I do anything, my next step is to put duct tape right here. But anyway, so here's the next section. And again, one end this way, the next end with it this way. This was a bigger bag, so I put it, and I don't care that, you know, what the size of the bags made it, you know, stick out a little bit. I like that, but that's me. If you didn't want it to stick out, I could have just cut a piece off of this end of this bag to then, when I sewed it, to make it even with this one. But anyway, here's that. And what I like about this is, paper bags obviously have more, they're sturdier paper. And this will make nice sheets to paint on, to collage on. And anyway, so literally, your little sacks that you get your food in. Now, when I bring food home, I look in them. If the food has dripped into the bag, unfortunately, I don't use that bag. Now, you could cut around that and use the paper that's not had the food dripped on it to make tags or add different things. Normally, I just throw them away. I try very hard to use bags that, and you'll see when you bring food home, sometimes you take it right out of the bag. the bag is still perfectly clean. Now, if it's wet from the steam of the food, I'll wait a few hours, and then once it's dry, if it looks clean, I'll still use that bag. But if it's food, I don't want it later on to, go rancid or something. If it's oils, vegetable oils or fats. But so anyway, but most of the time the bags you get from takeout places, the food is wrapped so securely, the bags are still good to use. And like even right here, there's a little spot. But you know what? I'm okay with that. That's fine. And I'm going to paint over it. But anyway, happy Earth Day. And I think this is something that we could all do. If you didn't have a sewing machine, you could hand sew it. And on this part right here, what you could do instead was, you know how you have the edge of the bag? You could just I could have put a line of glue and just sealed it down. And then on this opposite end, and then put some more glue right here to seal this little edge to make a flap. You could easily do that. Anyway, I'll make another video as I put artwork in the book. But thought you'd like to see this. Have a good day. Happy Earth Day. Turn trash into treasure. Bye-bye.